welcome to another episode of the Blackout Tips Podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
And we're live on a Wednesday, wrapping up the week, ready to do a quick podcast for you. The official weapon of the show is...
phone chair.
And the unofficial sport.
Bullet ball.
And bullet ball, extreme. Programming notes, let's just start up front. Okay, guys. 2 days left for the Black Friday sale.
Mm-hmm.
It ends this Friday.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a person that would like to be behind a paywall but can't afford to, email me. If you're a person that would like to pay for somebody to be behind the paywall, maybe you already are a fan, maybe you don't have the time to be premium, but you like to make someone else's premium dream come true. Let me tell you about you gorgeous people out there.
Y'all are wonderful.
So since I said that, this, for the record, this idea has never really crossed my mind before. It was kind of impromptu. I forget actually how it came up that like somebody was like, hey, I'll pay for someone. I think someone emailed and just like, I want to pay for somebody else because somebody couldn't be behind the wall. And I mentioned like, oh yeah, I mean, sure, that if people want to do that, that's fine. I didn't have a lot of high hopes for it just because in general, I understand money is money and time is time. And
right.
Some people, they sign up for their own thing, but who has time and money to pay for somebody else's thing, right? And so I said it while we were on the air, was like, hey, here you go, guys. Before we got off the air live, though, three people emailed in to be like, can I have the free thing? We had 2 to give away.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave away the 2 of them, and I was like, oh man, this third person, I'm sorry, but maybe somebody else will hear the show and they'll donate.
Mm-hmm.
Then another person and another person and another person. And so at some point I had, I think, 8 people in the, if somebody come through, we'll
so we just kind of made a list.
Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, once you get to 8, it's like, well, we already had like 2 or 3. It's not gonna keep going. When I tell you that day, we had 2 listeners who both paid for multiple other people, like not one other, like 2, 5, like they just was like, bless somebody.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, they didn't directly say that it was for that, but I'm just assuming that, because I mean, why would you get that much?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, boom, so these people getting in. So I want to say since then, I think 8 people have gotten behind the paywall from other people within the audience donating money.
Mm-hmm.
I think I still have one more to like a half of one to give away or something like that, like someone put 50 on it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so continue to email in if you would like to get behind a paywall for free. And if we do have people that want to give and dedicate money to letting other people in, I'll do it up until the end of Friday is what I'm saying. And I just thought it was so sweet that people did that.
Roger told me, and I was like, oh, that's so sweet. One thing about our audience, they really do look out for each other, and we found that out when we did our very first live show here in Charlotte. Roger was like, hey, if anybody, because we know we're in Charlotte, and for a lot of people it's inconvenient, so we was like, hey, we know some people might want to support and purchase tickets, but they might not be able to come, and people purchase tickets, was like, hey, I can't come, and just give them away. And so we had people sign up. So we had people that were like, hey, I don't got the 5, but I can come. And we had people who said that I got the 5, but I can't come. And we got them to kind of get up together. And so we really do have a very loving and kind audience that's like, almost like each one teach one, each one reach for one. And so I really do appreciate that, because like you said, there are a lot of people that go, hey, I would love to be behind, but I just ain't got it.
Yeah. It was very nice of y'all, man. As a y'all continue to wow me with just how supportive you are, and just I was thinking the other day about how I've always been taken care of by this fan base as far as like what we need with our show and and whatnot. Like this show and the people that listen to it and support it have really allowed our dreams to be, possible because of that. And it's not something I take for granted. I'm very thankful for our fans because of that. And they pour back into us. It's not just a one-way street of like, you guys are just pieces of entertainment to us to turn on. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I understand that's going to be a relationship for most of the people that consume entertainment. I'm not mad about it, but people go out of their way to make it be like, nah, I give a fuck. And like, even with the people signing up for premium and stuff for Black Friday, I've had people email me to be like, oh, I haven't been charged, but I've been getting it. How do I sign up to make sure you get this money? Like I said, people where I'm like, hey, no, that you signed up for the wrong thing. You paid too much. It's like, oh no, I saw it and wanted to sign up to pay too much. I want y'all to have it. So thank y'all, man. And our audience is mostly Black.
Right.
Which I want to make a note of that, mostly because there's so much negative stuff in the air about Black businesses and Black clientele constantly.
Right.
And there's always this idea of like, you can't, like, people going out of their way to have like certain opinions, to pal around with certain type of folks, to be like, hey man, you can't have, Black people will not support you. You can't have a show where you talk to Black people and you make money. Like, you're gonna have to like broaden your audience. Have you ever thought about not talking about this or talking about that?
Yeah, we've had people tell us that. The
reason we've been able to be ourselves and to be able to float by is because of y'all, man. Because and not that I'm sitting around being like 45% of the money was this race. I can't tell each one, but just in general, we do a very Black ass show, and there's just not, look around, guys. Ain't a lot of successful podcasts. It's definitely not too many that's as long running as us.
Agreed.
And it's not a lot of them that are able to make it without like, oh, this third party owns this podcast. It's just us, and it's because of y'all. And so 48 hours until the paywall goes back up, a little bit more costly, but we really appreciate y'all. Y'all make it worth it.
Y'all do. We really do appreciate y'all, and it's also one of those things where we always say we might not have the largest audience, but we got the coolest audience, and we really do appreciate everybody.
All right, let's get into the show. You got any banter or anything? All right, give me a second to find that. Here you go. Do you have any banter? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Do you have any banter?
I do.
Talk to me. Banter. Talk to me. Do you have any banter?
I do.
Banter.
You've already going to talk about this too, but I wanted to bring up the Spotify Wraps came out today.
Yeah, Spotify Wrap came out for individuals and for creators, for the record. We got ours about the audience. Though I did notice the Spotify Wrapped is not as detailed as it was in previous years, and I think it's because they let a lot of those people go, because they see a lot of that stuff is either redundant or not worth paying.
It was a little different this year. Yeah, and also something else I realized, which to me is a big difference. Before, when you went in, you could take all those things and put it out as one running post. Now you almost had to put them out individually. Little things like that. I was like, hey, this team actually mattered. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that people actually look forward to seeing their stats and statistics for the year. And it's also one of the things where it's like, not trying to find y'all were the best at it, and y'all were the best at it for a reason. Like, it's other people that kind of do it, but it's not as good, and not trying to find it was not as detailed as the Spotify one was. That's what kind of made it stood out. And so it's one of those things where, I know, for like you said, for a lot of them, they go, it ain't important. Well, it is important to the people that actually, enjoyed that shit when it comes out every year.
Yeah, what were you going to say, though?
Oh, okay. And Drake is a liar, because my number one thing was Not Like Us, and number two was L Drake BBL. So that was my number one and number two of the whole goddamn year. When I say I played that thing 50, 1100 million times, I think they said I had like 17,000 hours of music and shit and podcasting and shit. I was listening.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people had Kendrick in their number one, top five, all that stuff. Only thing I would wonder though is, are we seeing an over index of Kendrick? Because a lot of people know they had Drake in their top five, but they wasn't sharing it. Like now is not the time to be like, Drake was still my number one. You know, it's like how suddenly Kanye wasn't in people's top fives in Spotify rap after he said slavery was a choice. Some of that I'm sure is true. People said I'm done listening to Kanye. But some of it I think it's like, well, when Spotify sends you that one in the email, you're like, I think I'll keep that one to myself.
Right, because it's private until you opt to share it.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, you could tell some of the difference because it was like, some of it was like describing the kind of rap and kind of music you listen to. I listen to a lot of rap. And one was like, you listen to diva, underground, hip hop, rodeo. I'm like, okay, y'all don't have any black people.
Right, and not trying to find, that's one of them things where, back to what you said, it's like, oh yeah, the people that would have gave us more detailed shit, there's no fucking way they gave us a
felt
list.
like AI did it.
Yes.
Like one of my months was October. It said smooth, clean rap hip hop. What does that mean?
What does it
mean?
If
I told most of y'all name some smooth, clean rappers, you probably name Christian rappers and Will Smith and people that don't cuss. Like a smooth, clean rap hip hop, but I was like, oh, just they fired the blacks.
Yeah, and yeah, they fired a lot of the. You got a handful of people that like, let AI do the rest. It was like, yeah, that's how you come with Christian R&B, sex me down. You're like, this shit, these genres don't make sense, y'all.
My mom's birthday is in a couple of days, and coincidentally, Kendrick Lamar is one of both of our favorite artists. You know, she texts me all the time about Kendrick Lamar. She texts me when he dropped GNX. You know, we went to where we go? We went to a baseball game and she was driving. We was listening to Kendrick the whole way. You know, just I think it's safe to say we're both huge Kendrick fans. And I think, you know, this being the year of Kendrick was even more like crazy. And so today the pre-sale for his tickets went on sale because him and SZA announced a tour, and one of the stops is in Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America. And I'm like, man, that would be nice, but those tickets probably arm and a leg.
That's what I was thinking.
And you know, it is, you know, we saw Renaissance not too long ago. We paying for these season tickets and stuff. But you know, it was serendipity, man, because I'm like, y'all are announcing the sale. It's 2 days for my mom's birthday, and hell, you only get to live once. And so I was like, let's go. I'm gonna get the tickets. And I got up this morning. I had a reminder on my phone. It was some weird shit where I had to go to like my Cash App and open up a credit card with Cash App.
It was weird.
But Cash App credit cards use the balance that you put in there, so it's not really a credit card at all. It's like you put the money from your bank account in there or your Cash App in there. You're not really it's not credit involved in this anyway. So I went in and signed up for all that stuff, waited in the queue. The queue was moving fast. It was like 6,000 people in there when I started, and I'll say within 5-10 minutes I was at the front of the line. And so we got I got us 3 tickets. You know, and then I couldn't even hold it in to wait because I was like, it's gonna be too long. I don't know if I want to wait 2 days. We're gonna see my mom on Saturday because we're doing that 5K together. Karen's doing it now too. And which is another thing. Y'all have been donating to my 5K. Like, I didn't tell y'all to. I just shared the link from when I signed up. I just put it like, hey, I'm doing a 5K on social media, and people just started putting money in there. Like, hey, you know, we want to help this charity. So shout out to that, the YMCA kids programs, which is where that'll be going. So, you know, the YMCA is a good community, like, organization for being in the community, which I appreciate.
Me too.
Anyway, so yeah, so we're gonna be doing that. And so I was just like, Karen texted me earlier, like, if you don't want to get the tickets, I understand, like, it's expensive and, you know, it's gonna cost a lot, especially if you don't do like the pre-sale or whatever.
Right. I was like, because everything hits the market, then the prices just go through the roof.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, you know. So Karen didn't know I had got them already when she said that. And then I put my mom on speaker and came in here with Karen and basically told both of them at the same time we was going to the concert, because fuck that, you know. Wop, wop, wop. Let's do it. Let's fucking move.
Yeah,
we're gonna need some good times in 2025.
I clear, because there ain't gonna be a whole, ain't we lucky we got them.
Right.
That's gonna be all 2025.
I don't feel like spending all of 2025, you know, temporary layoffs and all that. I want to spend some of it having some fun times. And
yeah, y'all my concert buddies. I was like, let go.
Yeah, well, I think especially with her being a Kendrick fan, like, I know me and her talk about Kendrick a lot, so I was like, let's do it, man. You know, she got a little bit of emotional and stuff, which, you know, my mom doesn't normally. She's not too prone to a lot of emotional outbursts, you know, in general. But it you know, and she listens to the show, so she probably hearing this, but it means a lot to me to be able to share that bond. You know, as I get older, especially, I see so many of my friends and stuff losing their family and losing their moms, and
right.
You know, when I share stuff like this, people inevitably are like, I wish my mom was here and stuff, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna take it for granted. I don't want people to be like, you know, that thing where it's like people always go, don't take your parents and your family for granted. I was like, all right, I bet. Assignment understood. So it's gonna be a fun time. I'm looking forward to Wop Wop Wopping, and I think SZA's gonna be there because she's on the tour too, and I like SZA's music. And if I'm not what a rumor is, so I don't know to just confirm, but I believe Doechii is gonna be there too. And I know you don't listen to her yet, but she dropped a dope ass album this year. I think it's like Alligator. You know, I'm gonna fuck up the name if I just say it off the top of my head. But Alligator Bites Never Heal. Okay, I was about to say Alligator Wounds. Anyway, Alligator Bites Never Heal is a dope ass album too. So yeah, man, very excited.
I'm very excited too, and yeah, it is one of those things where you sit back and you actually think about it, and yeah, having your parents around, particularly if they did the best they could and were just loving and caring and kind parents, that shit makes a world full of difference. Particularly as you get older, that means they're getting older too, and so it's one of them things where you want to enjoy their company as long as you can. And particularly with your mom, because she gives so much and she does so much for so many people. That's why I don't mind doing. And I have her and some other family members where I'm like, hey, one thing I appreciate about being an adult and having your own money and being blessed to do things is like, hey, I can do something like pay for a meal now. I can, it's almost kind of my way of giving back, because you think of all the years they've taken care of you and things like that. You're like, oh, I can do something in return. And so it's one of the ways to say thank you. And as somebody who has lost their mom, particularly my biological mom, that, those things do matter. Because every now and then I do get sad wishing I could just call her. We even though, she was mentally ill and we couldn't have long conversations or anything like that, it's just the fact that she was still here with me and I could just call and just check on her and see how she was doing and things like that. For her to no longer be here, those things kind of do matter, and so I really do. I love your mama very much, and I really do appreciate her, and so I don't mind doing it at all. And so yeah, you could tell she was really, really shocked, because like I said, y'all my concert buddies, my going out buddies. If I ain't doing something with you, I'm doing something with your mom. So I'm like, hey, let's do it, let's go. And like you say, I'm really, really excited. I think this concert is going to be a fun time to go to the concert.
I can't wait. And I'm still kind of in the conspiracy that he's going to drop another album before that concert.
Me too.
So we'll see, man. Like if he drop another one, man. Oh my God. Karen, anything else?
No, you talked about that. Oh, you talked about the marathon. I'm looking forward to doing.
It's not a marathon. It's just a 5K.
Okay.
A marathon, I think, is 27
okay,
miles.
5K. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just see the K's and I just go, that's long. And so, for me, this is my first one. I'm excited. At first, I was like, oh, dog, I'm not doing that. I'm not running no long distances. Your mama had to convince me. She was like, you ain't got to run it. You can walk it. I was like, okay now, because the kid ain't running nothing. And so I'm looking forward to getting out there. And, I've been going to the chiropractor, things like that, just to see, my body and push it and things like that. So I'm really looking forward to, and I'm very excited about doing it with you all. I'm gonna take my time and pace it out and things like that, and so I'm really excited. That's it.
Yeah, I gotta go get the gear for it. It's gonna be an interesting day because it's like at 8 in the morning, 7. It's like 8 in the morning, I think, and it's been cold lately, like 20 degrees at 8 in the morning. So it's gonna be cold as hell, and then at like 1 o'clock there's a Hornets game that day, so basically like we'll be coming straight from that to the Hornets game. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. I just want to see what I can do, and like I said, people really like putting their money on it because I think they're like, you can do it. I'm like, I've never done it before, but I hope I can. And they're like, no, we know you can. So I know to a lot of people that do this all the time, that's no level of distance, but it's not about them, it's about me. And right. I don't, or was not routinely walking that much. Now I probably walk that much, that 3.2 miles. I probably walk that a couple times a week now. But yeah, we'll see what it is, and I'm not gonna be rushing. I'm not worried about it being a race. I'm not worried about my time. I just want to finish one foot in front of the other.
That was me.
And
I was like,
it'll be okay.
Long as I finish, I'm good. The time doesn't matter. There's like, did you want us to send your time? I was like, sure, send me my time, but I will take my time doing the race. I'm really kind of excited and nervous, but I am really looking forward to it. It's particularly doing this is something I do with you and your mom. Your mom, she's done these things before, but for me, all this stuff is new, but I am really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think also, hopefully this is something I can do, every year, which is my goal. And hopefully by the time I do it next year, some of it I'll be jogging, some of it won't all just be a walk, but you got to start somewhere. All right, you want to get into the show?
We can.
All right, cool. Let's start with it's been a second since we did this segment, but I ain't forgot.
Let me see what you want to be. You better move your body, you better move your feet, and I want to groove. Show me what's cool. Riding Karen, baby. LGBTQ news. I try to take us down, but we still around. We lit. I try to still shine, but we on the rise. We lit. But you can't do what we got to do. We lit. Black guy who tips. LGBTQ news.
I wonder if that one woman is like, this is one of my least favorite segments.
They are.
Why it can't just be LGB news? Why you gotta throw the T in there? Anyway, LGBTQ news. It's almost never good, but let's talk about it. The Ohio Supreme Court can't agree on transgender birth certificate resolution. Justices on the Ohio Supreme Court said state laws do not allow transgender individuals to correct the sex marker on their birth certificates, but also admitted that the court could not come to a resolution in a case related to the topic. It's up to the General Assembly, one that has already created laws banning gender-affirming care for minors and keeping transgender students from participating in sports based on their gender identity. So this is probably not going to go in a reasonable direction.
Like, decisions have been made. What are y'all talking about?
No. Well, it's a different decision.
Oh.
This decision is about, can you change what is on your license to be like from M to F?
Okay.
Like, people see me, I present as female. It's in a bunch of different conflicting ways. It's just very inconvenient to have a marker that doesn't align with how people see you.
Agreed.
If that is how you're living your life, I can see how it's just not expedient at all. Even if you're a person that's like, oh man, why well, you're talking about a grown ass adult being able to say this F on my license clocks me as a female as you hopefully are clocking me, or however I'm presenting, right? As opposed to a M. Now you got to go through somebody, you know, if it's fucking Captain Detective, Mr. Extra or Ordinary, then it's like, oh, why has it got an M? You know, it's embarrassing that way.
Ordeal.
It can out somebody. It's just, you know, it's a lot of issues to it anyway. So it's going to a court that is basically ban gender affirming care for minors, which the main issue for that is it does not happen, and then ban transgender students from participating in sports based on their gender identity, which is also a thing that happens very rarely.
Right.
It's a huge cultural issue that the right has managed to co-opt and use the scary, like, ooh, we're scared of trans people, to use that against people. But if you start looking at how often this is happening, you're talking literally a handful of cases across the entire country, across all sports.
Right.
Anyway, it does galvanize people to go and support this stuff and to vote that way, though. Mm-hmm. So if they've ruled against trans people in two different areas where that pretty much does not happen as often, every trans person need an ID.
Yes, they do.
That is an often occurrence. That's every day for my life. And I think the message that a lot of these assemblies want to send is not one of what is the best way to govern in a world where some people are trans and they still need to have the same rights as everyone else, right? That's, I think, of many of, like, much religious ideology, much bigotry. The idea is like, being trans is wrong, stop being trans.
Yeah.
And so we don't want to give you an ID that will help aid you in living a life that is smooth if you're going to be trans. Now, if you want to start conforming to what we decided people should be able to wear and dress and how they should cut their hair and what makeup they should wear and all, then you don't need to have a license that got a different gender marker, because you just gonna look how the fuck we told you to look. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really what it comes down to.
Of course.
But yeah, so they don't know what's gonna happen now, because the Supreme Court of that state has decided we're not gonna answer the question. Like, we're just gonna send it back down to, like, well, I'm sure the politicians will come up with what can best be done for the gender marker on people's licenses.
Right. That's why I said the decision has already been made. Y'all going, we ain't got no decision. I was like, bitch, the decision is made, because they've shown y'all don't want to be held accountable, and y'all don't want to make the decision. So you're pushing it down to the bigots and going, we're probably bigoted too, but we don't want to be held accountable for being bigots. So we'll push it down to the loud ass bigots that don't mind wearing bigot on their chest.
You know what? That's a great point. And I think I missed that the first time you said. I thought you meant they had already ruled on this. I see what you're saying. Yeah, if you send something to a place where I just went the long way around for that very simple explanation. Sorry. Let's see. GOP lawmaker says it wouldn't be remotely controversial to ban gay marriage, basically, to ban marriage equality again. Anti-LGBTQ plus Michigan State Rep Josh Shriver said that gay marriage should be illegal again, adding that it's not remotely controversial nor extreme. Democrats and numerous social media commenters have criticized him for this statement. I mean, as you should, obviously, but at the same time, like, the time for this was November, before the 5th, and they will push these things. They may get it done. I don't know if they'll get it done or not, but they might. And it's because we let these kind of people be in charge. They're not scared. They're not being secretive about what they want to do. And it's obvious to anyone paying attention that none of the stuff that you thought was safe It's safe.
Right.
Why Roe v. Wade didn't teach you that? Why the Voting Rights Act didn't teach you that? None of it's safe that you thought was safe. And so, yeah, they weren't just like this. This is why when that person emailed in, where they were like, talking about it's like I'm a feminist and I'm radical feminist. Da, da, da. But the end of the day, it's like that person's gonna end up needing to vote Democrat and deal with their transphobia in their own ways, because at the end of the day, these people in the GOP don't stop. They don't say, okay, we ran a lot of ads attacking trans people and that's all we want, guys. We just want to stop at trans people. No, they don't want gay people to get married. After a while, it's gonna be, we don't want premarital sex. That's what the abortion shit is about. They don't want women out here just being able to fuck.
Right.
It's all about controlling everybody, but people hop on that slippery slope because they think they safe, and you not.
No, you're not safe, and you're never safe. And this is how I feel. Black people that have been here and that have ancestors that fought for decades, we understand, like in mass. We're not the only group, but we understand in mass what it's like to have a continual fight, a continual non-stop fight for your existence. We had to fight to be acknowledged. We had to fight for them to look our way. They had to whoop our ass on TV. We had to go through a lot of things. Then we said, put that shit in writing. Like we were not playing because we understood the assignment. You are talking to a people overall that came from slavery, and that's something that as a total we will never forget. Now, as time goes on and as generations go on, people feel like they're removed from that, but they're getting a reminder, no nigga, you're still come from slavery, and the goal is always take your ass back to slavery.
Yeah,
which means go ahead.
A lot of these like black people that are married to white people that are also like, I'm a conservative, interracial marriage.
That's up on the table.
Like, none of this shit, everyone thinks you sound crazy when you say shit like, just because that was a law previously doesn't mean anything. Everyone learned the word codified fucking 5 minutes ago, and yet none of them know that this shit ain't codified. They didn't write a fucking amendment into the Bill of Rights to be like, hey guys, gay people can get married now. They didn't write that. So just enough people that just disagree, quote unquote, disagree with your lifestyle, all in quotes, can just be in power and be like, what is your lifestyle that I disagree with? You being gay, you being able to get married to be gay, you being in an interracial relationship. I don't like that. I don't like. It's just that simple. You being in a relationship where one of y'all is not born in American soil and one of y'all is. You being able to have kids that are Americans despite you being an American or your kid being born on the soil of America. These are things that and that one is in the Bill of Rights. Those are things they can change and will be willing to change even if it is written down. Yes.
And so my biggest thing is that black people have always been the canary in the coal mine, and we have always been like, hey y'all, don't fuck around. Hey y'all, we come from, we know it could get bad. It could get really, really, really bad, y'all. Like, it can get bad, and everybody else around us, not trying to fun, they gaslight us and make us think we crazy when we go, hey y'all, they trying to strip y'all rights, particularly when gay marriage first passed. A lot of black and brown and other people was like, y'all, yeah, we got this, but we need to fight for other rights too. We can't stop. We can't be like, we crossed the finish line, yay, we can get married. And a lot of white people, particularly the gay people, were like, oh, we good, we finished, yay, and they didn't want to fight no more. And now you over here motherfucking crying again because you didn't want to push the issues past it. I think our society has taught us to be selfish and self-centered and not give a fuck about nobody else's issues. But y'all, we are all in this boat called America to motherfucking together. We're all in this shit together. And you got a whole ass group that's like, fuck you for whatever you is. fuck you. Gay, don't care. Black, don't care. You know, anything that you think it should be settled, it's not. And black people have been like that we was like, bitch, we had to fight for everything. It's a lot of people from a lot of other countries that came here that got better fucking rights than us, and we were about here against our goddamn will. And because of that, a lot of the people took that shit for motherfucking granted, because they was like, oh, we got here, we can vote, we got here, we got help. What's wrong with them black people? What's wrong with them? Why can't they get themselves together and shit like that, versus understanding that, well, you got the rights because we had to die and sacrifice for you to get the rights, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. But then don't turn around and look at us like we the goddamn problem, because you have bought into white supremacy, because the white people told you that it's all right and you are close and you are safe. Bitch, it's a goddamn lie. They are selling you motherfucking lies. And for the first time ever, a lot of people thought their proximity to whiteness was going to keep them safe, and it's not.
Yeah, and I think what's interesting about that is that you went to a place of like black people, white people, because we're talking about LGBTQ people, we're talking about trans people, right? But I follow exactly where you're going with it, because I think a lot of spaces that we consider gay in America, big tent gay, you know, rainbow flags, pride marches, a lot of people for years have been saying, I mean, even the people that are like black people that are bigoted, they basically look at gay equal white. A gay space is a white space in America. Many gay spaces are anti-black. You know, don't get me started on just the things they say about black folks on like the dating apps and all this type of shit. So like, and feel like you can be openly anti-black, because how can I be fucked up? I'm gay, right? There's a lot of,
I'm a marginalized group.
Yeah, there's a lot of crossover between the groups where there are black gay people, right? They exist, but they exist at a nexus point where a lot of black spaces are anti-gay, a lot of gay spaces are anti-black, and then they gotta pick, you know, like where do I want to be assaulted today, you know? Who wants to mock me the least, you know? Right. I guess I'll hang out with y'all. All that to say that, yeah, I remember that when marriage equality passed in America, when Barack Obama gave a press conference, he got heckled as a form of protest by a trans person of color who was like, what about trans people locked up at the border? And people was like, boo. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yes, they did.
And we had to do an episode that day, and I remember saying, like, this is how protest works. You just gotta accept it if you're in a position of power. People are going to point at the power and say, give me my attention. And if it's interrupting your speech, then it is. Even if it's a tremendous day. You know, the same thing I said when it was like the people went to the Mother Emanuel and they protested against Biden over Palestine. I said, that's kind of a job. Like, now part of the job of the activists or whatever is to sway people with these movements and with these acts, but period, they can't be nice about it. It's not nice activism. You gotta shut a street down, you gotta block something, you gotta fuck up brunch. And if that means the person is like, well, then Black Lives don't matter, trust me, that motherfucker was never coming over anyway.
Right.
That's just a casualty of it. You just have to make a point. Anyway, I remember people being mad, but I was like, there's literally nothing to be mad at. And maybe something will be done at the border partially because of this. Maybe just attention will be brought to the issue because of this. But that was very apropos, because at the end of the day, there are a lot of people that feel like they got to the finish line when they got that, but Republicans are never finished.
And that's the thing, they're never finished, you know. And the reason why I took it back to black people, because black people's like, hey, y'all want to exist, and bitch, we do too. And it's one of those things where, just like people say, I am who I am and I can't change, I feel like that about my black ass skin. I am who I am, bitch, and I can't change. And so because of that, we are actually on the same team. People don't want to look at it, and they don't want to realize how closely tied they are to the group that they fucking despise. Because like I said before, all these other groups in this country mimic and they take away from a lot of the civil rights movements and the things that we do. They and I don't care about that. But my thing is you take from us to do this to get your rights, but then you look at us like we're the problem. Well, baby bitch, we the blueprint. So we are all in this shit together. And so they're not going to stop. If you want to exist in this country and have rights and freedoms in this country, you've got to realize that it is a group on the other side that does not give a fuck about you or your goddamn rights, your body, your autonomy. They do not care. And too many people have been tricked to think that they are special and they are unique, and that whatever their issue is going to be fixed. This, whatever your issue is, they want that shit gone too. It's much, much bigger than you. And that's why on the Democratic, sometimes it irritates me because, you know, they'll be like, well, I don't like this, so fuck you. And I don't like this, well, fuck you. It's like, well, dog, we got to do this shit together, because if we don't, we have these fractures. And all these fractures is why we lost.
R&B sensation Khalid has officially come out as gay, addressing the topic publicly after claims that he was outed by another artist. The multi-platinum singer took to Twitter on Friday night to post a rainbow flag emoji followed by a lighthearted comment. There y'all go. Next topic, please. LOL. Then later he tweeted, I got outed and the world still continues to turn. Let's get this straight. Laugh my ass off. I'm not ashamed of my sexuality. In reality, it ain't nobody's business, but I am okay with me. Black heart emoji. Love y'all. The tweet followed a series of social media posts by singer Hugo de Alamonte, which reportedly outed the location singer, although Almonte's posts have since been deleted. Khalid responded directly to speculation in his own way. When a follower replied to his initial post, wait, hope Mr. Khalid isn't gay, Khalid quote tweeted and said, I am, and that's okay. Someone said, the closet was glass, baby, but we accepted you. It's not about who you love. It's about your artistry. He replied, I wasn't hiding anything. It's just not any of your business. Yeah, I always find these conversations to be kind of weird and a lot of times oddly problematic. I don't like, even if it's based in truth and realness, of like, I think there are certain people, just like how I'll give a better example. It's like how people say shit like, there's no such thing as talking black, okay, and there's no such thing as talking white, okay. People just talk how they talk. Rod, grow up, stop saying that. And I'm like, but there is.
Yes, there is.
And that's the real okay. You sound like a person say, I don't see color. I'm not saying it's 100% accurate. Sure, there are black people that answer the phone and you go, oh, I thought that was a white person. And there's white people that answer the phone and some of y'all think they were black. But if it wasn't what y'all say it is, if it was like how you say it is, like whereas there's no such thing, why y'all so mad at Aquafina?
Right.
Because there is a thing where you like culturally that sound like a nigga. I don't like this.
Yep.
Or I feel at home or whatever it is, but there's a thing. And we don't want to admit it because a lot of bad faith actors use the fact they use those things to justify bigotry. But what I'm gonna say is, yeah, there's certain mannerisms you associate with like, oh, that's a gay person. Oh, the way the way this particular person dresses, does their makeup, is signifying to me like, oh, okay, gay. The problem isn't whether or not someone could be gay and you thought or you knew or you were like, oh, I think they're gay but they don't want anybody to know. That's not the real problem, because that's not really your fucking business. Just don't bring it up. Don't say nothing. Don't be out here telling people, yo, I know so and so gay. You could tell. You know, I guess within communities people do that. They think it's cute. I think it's still kind of problematic, but whatever. Mm-hmm. Point being, I don't know why people, when someone says, hey y'all, I'm gay, I was outed, meaning some people told people that I didn't want to know.
Against my will, right.
Why is the response like, child, we being clocked at you? What are you doing right now? Oh, we know you was gay, but it's all right. We being known. We was waiting on you. It's like, that is kind of a weird response, especially from strangers on the internet. It's not like it's your family.
Right.
Where like you had a lot of trepidation and they were able to tell you like, okay, I feel what you're saying, and you thought of your family as one type of way, but I need you to know that we not that way, and that we been knew you was gay and none of us was tripping on it. So I hope you didn't think that like we was waiting on you to feel like this was something you could talk about, because we not the
Because y'all have an
family
intimate
to
relationship.
try to force you into. But that's a relationship.
Yes, sir.
Nigga, you're a stranger on the internet. Oh, we been knew you was gay, boy. Anyway, it's just kind of a weird. I think people think it's like a cute thing to say, but I don't think people. Or maybe I'm an overthinker, but I don't think people really thought it out. You know, and it could go wrong sometimes with people you know and love. But I'm just saying, I could see a scenario where like a family member says something like that, and you're like, oh, thank God. You know, like this is really on my mind. I was really worried you look at me different. I was like, no, nigga, I know I know you're gay. It's please don't even trip. Everything gonna be the same with us.
Right.
I get that, but stranger is kind of a weird thing. But anyway, I guess we're all over talking, over familiar on the internet.
Yeah, and also the internet gives people a connection sometimes where you go, oh, this, like when people go to superstars, I'm gonna hold you accountable. You don't know them. There's no way you can hold them accountable.
The other thing too, and I think, I don't think it's always like a negative thing that people, I don't always look at in the closet as a negative thing, because you could just be a private person.
Right.
But one of the reasons I think a lot of times an entertainer would like to keep that kind of stuff out of the press is we as a public don't let people like that be anything but gay.
Right.
Like, it's like how many times I've seen somebody talk about Frank Ocean, but they can't talk about him without it being something about him being gay.
Yes.
Like, it can't, like it's gotta be like gay joke, something Frank Ocean. You ain't put no music out in a long time, something gay. It's just kind of like, and so I could see someone being like, I kind of don't want to make my music and my life and my everything about this because y'all aren't mature enough to be like, oh, I just like this song. No, I like this song from a gay person that is gay, and it's a gay song, and it must be about gay. I can see how it's a little more complicated than just I'm in the closet because I'm scared to just be myself.
Yeah, and a lot of times it's us, the public, is the problem, not really
them. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's interesting. But Lost in the Sauce, somebody outed this person. That seems fucked up.
Yes, sir.
All right, last one. This one is actually funny. I know normally these are pretty sad, but this is one of those like, how is it possible? What I'm about to say is a real sentence, but it is a real sentence. Village People singer defends Trump's use of YMCA, says the song isn't a gay anthem.
Ooh, buddy, I got some bad news for you.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
I got some really bad news for you. That's all I ever thought it was.
YMCA singer and co-writer Victor Willis of the band Village People defended President-elect Donald Trump's use of the song Monday on Facebook. He denied that the disco tune was intended as a gay anthem and says he knew nothing about the Y being a hangout for gays when he wrote the lyrics. Okay, so when the other the other four gay dudes in the group, right,
showed up in their outfits,
when the Native American, the construction worker, and the cop turned at you,
yes,
in their chaps, and said, "Hey, cowboy, you're probably wondering why we're snickering through every line of this motherfucking song,
right?
Like there's some sort of joke that we're all in on." And he said, "No, I'm not worried about that at all. Let's just keep writing the song. I just think it's a positive anthem. Young men, right?
Not everybody. You said young men.
These young men, they need to.
I say young men.
Okay, they need to get their head off the ground. But he said,
stop lying.
He didn't even know the Wild was a hangout for gay people when he wrote the lyrics. He said he wrote the YMCA based on what he knew about the worldwide youth organization at the time, particularly YMCA branches in the urban areas of San Francisco. You don't want to hear it.
In San Francisco.
You don't want to hear
Get
about.
out of here.
You don't want to hear about his other hits, The Glory Hole, which he thought was about a fishing spot.
Right?
Hey, what, nigga?
What are you talking about?
What? Oh man, he thought Al Green's Cruising. He was like, we should do a remake of Cruising. They said no, it's a different type of cruising. He's like, nah. I guess we won't do it since Al did it already.
He thought cream pie was a real pie. Get out of here, sir.
Right. When I say hang out with all the boys, that is simply 1970s black slang for black guys hanging out together for sports, gambling, or whatever. There's nothing gay about that, he said.
The whatever matters. The other piece matters too.
Hold up. Now, the YMCA is not a song that evokes necessarily blackness. No offense to the YMCA. I love the song. It's a bop. But it's not like he makes it sound like it's 1970s black slang for like a black song, like you're part of P-Funk. Like, so you was like, we need to make a song about black guys hanging out together playing sports, and then y'all sang it in that voice? Young man, that was
come on now.
That was where y'all went on that? When the homies put on the vest and the chaps, she was like,
come on,
Earth, Wind, and Fire done wore it better.
When the fellas came out and them shorts came out, word.
Right. Bro, okay.
All right now.
He was like, and as black men, sometimes we have to grease our legs to the gods. Willis said he has received more than 1,000 complaints about the use of the song at Trump rallies. Trump began dancing to the 1978 hit at the end of rallies in 2020 and still does. Data suggests the staple campaign moment drove the song up the charts, with search interest and listeners soaring on election day. So he's getting a check out of this.
Yes, he is.
Okay, I think we're getting somewhere.
Because everybody else was like, stop playing my shit.
Also, if your excuse is that's just how black people talk, have you heard any of Trump's other speeches? It's not all anti-gay. Some of it's anti-you.
Anti-you.
Athletes began mimicking Trump dance. Now it's just about the Trump dance. Willis said he's asked Trump to stop using the song because the use became a nuisance. He said Trump had obtained a political use license for the song from BMI, which enforces music performance rights, and therefore had every right to continue using it, which he did. As other artists began to oppose Trump's use of their music in campaign rallies, Willis said he didn't have the heart to prevent him from using YMCA. He said he told his wife, who was also the band's manager, to inform BMI not to withdraw the license. Willis said he ended up making more money off of it by not turning it down. I think we got to
the root cause. Yeah, because you're the only one out here talking like this.
For example, YMCA was stuck at number 2 on the Billboard chart prior to President-elect's use. However, the song finally made it to a number 1 on the Billboard chart at the 45. I should have known. God damn it. How did I not know he was going to win? It's so obvious in hindsight. This motherfucker, he runs on hating gay people and used a gay song, and the shit went to number 1 on the charts.
Trump was like,
what the fuck was I paying attention to?
He was like, this shit slaps, young man.
I'm over here looking at rally size, and I should have been looking at Spotify charts.
Right, that's the shit that matters.
Because that means the people that vote for him hate gay people, but also are either too stupid to know this a gay anthem, they think it's just a Trump anthem, or they're so fucked up, they're like, I hate gay people, but this shit slaps. Either way, I should have known it's a lot of these people.
It's a lot of
He said the financial benefits have been great.
Yeah, that's why you speak it out.
Now, he did say, because they were like, how you think it ended up being seen as a gay anthem that you clearly say it's not? He said, it could be due to the fact that my writing partner and several members of the Village People were gay, and our first album was totally about gay life, and the YMCA was apparently being used as some sort of gay hangout. Nonetheless, he stressed that the song is not a gay anthem, and to get their minds out of the gutter.
You look, if you have a whore's uniform on, I'm sorry to tell you, people are going to be like, ma'am, put them titties up. I think you are a whore. I don't want to hear it. You can't come out here with chaps, roller skates, greased up, talking about I'm not gay. Get out of here.
Right. Like, what's next? Is motherfucking Zap and Roger gonna come out and be like, Computer Love is about buying a MacBook Pro, you sick fucks. Okay? I can't just like Gateway Computers without y'all thinking I'm trying to fuck somebody on Computer Love. Why do you think my voice was in auto-tune? Because I'm a program, bitch. You are weird doing all this fucking to my songs.
Right.
I can't just like word processing.
Right?
God.
Gosh, everything has to be so deep with you people.
Calling me bad. I want to sex you up. It's not what y'all think. Okay, sex also means the gender that you are. So we're just talking about filling out forms, male or female. I want to sex that box up. Okay, I want to
wrap it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh no, what is y'all talking about?
Right.
I wrap my pancakes up, I flip them, and I rub them down all of the time. Get your minds out of the gutter, people.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Sexual healing is about a nurse in a hospital that takes care of patients. What? I don't even understand where you getting all this from. Y'all don't know what healing is?
I don't know what to tell you. It's raining men.
Right. Oh,
Last time I checked, the men was just falling out the sky. It's just men laying on the ground. They don't want nothing. They just landing on the ground around me.
It was about a planet that had experienced such tremendous climate change that it no longer was raining precipitation of liquids. It was raining entire human beings. Now, why they are playing this in a gay club, I'll never know.
I never know.
I'll never fucking know. What does it have to do with anything?
What does it have to do with anything? We are all confused.
Sylvester, I just wanted the funk. I just wanted people to funk up. That's it.
That's it.
I just had I had a lot of questions.
Did I
do
like
you
some
want to
answers
funk?
to?
I just want to know, do you want to play some funk music? Now, why they keep playing it in the club, I don't know. Why everybody wet with their shirts off? That's crazy to me.
Little red Corvette. I just like to drive them.
Right. This guy.
Get out of here, sir.
Son, just come out and be like, I'm going to be real with y'all. The Trump money is good money.
It's nice.
Okay.
After 30 years, we are charting again. I'm not going to say. That's all you had to say?
This Trump money hits hard, okay? And I think that's all we need to know. All right, let's do some other stuff before we wrap up. I know I said we wouldn't go too long. Let's see, let's do a little bit of Who News. We all love that. News. All right, Karen. Hitmaker.
Who the Hitmaker?
Do you know who Hitmaker is? That's his name.
Oh no, I don't know. I thought you was like Hitmaker in somebody's name. I didn't know the name was Hitmaker. Child, no.
What do you think Hitmaker does?
He makes the hits, the music hits.
He is a music creator.
Yes.
He's a producer. He makes beats. He has a suggestion for women heading into 2025.
Oh Lord.
And if y'all heard that in my head, the way that it went, it was actually, he had a suggestion for these females.
Just exactly how that sounded to me too.
Sometimes women in the headline is these females, and sometimes it's women. I don't know.
They mean the same thing.
The music creator known for crafting tracks for Nicki Minaj, G-Eazy, and others took the Instagram stories to declare, leave wigs in 2024. While it's unclear what inspired his anti-wig stance, Hitmaker has faced criticism before for making controversial comments about women. In December of 2022, Asian Doll called him out after he suggested that female rappers were limited to performing pussy rap. She clapped back on Twitter writing, I feel like, why do niggas always worry about what female rappers rap about? Niggas been rapping about the same thing since rap was invented.
Come on.
Lady rappers for the ladies, not for you niggas. The same year, Power actress and 3LW singer Naturi Naughton also slammed Hitmaker for falsely claiming that they had a sexual relationship. Oh, he allowing his dick, dude? Oh, that's the lamest kind of dude.
Ain't that the lamest kind of dude? Nigga.
Following his recent comment, many women online once again voiced their frustration over what they see as unwarranted opinions on women's clothes. I wish like fuck men would stay the fuck out of women's business, Hitmaker. I hate when men do shit like this because why the fuck do you care?
Right. Why do you care?
Meanwhile, who is he?
I have no idea who this man
Karen
is
don't
talking
know?
about wigs, child.
She don't know. Okay. We'll do another Who News. Skilla Baby.
Rapper?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sound like a rapper name. I do not know who that is, but that sound like a rapper name.
Detroit rapper. While the world is grappling with the ongoing battle with drugs, especially after the increasing rise of galaxy gas usage amongst teenagers, I don't even know what the fuck.
The
galaxy
fuck is
gas
a galaxy gas?
Y'all out here on that space shit.
Y'all on some new shit. Y'all on some galaxy shit. What the fuck is that? Are we snorting stars now?
Oh, it's nitrous oxide. It's a new spin on nitrous oxide, also known as laughing gas or whippets. White people love these.
Child, leave that bullshit alone. Y'all be floating out of here.
So, galaxy gas, that's the new shit. Let me say this article for white people news.
Child.
Because they got a whole article explaining what galaxy gas is, and obviously I don't know, so we'll have to. I know, Karen, you said 5 times that you don't know. We get it. You don't know.
You trying to tell me something?
I mean, I know that you're gonna continue to keep saying how you don't know.
I sure will. That's my jam.
All right, Karen doesn't know, guys. Karen doesn't know.
Nope.
Detroit rapper Skilla Baby believes that we should make crack great again.
Did he say make crack? Are you you bullshitting? You bullshitting?
He said make crack great again.
And you talking about a whole ass generation that lived through the crack epidemic? If you don't get the whole ass fuck out of here, no, crack should not be great again.
Oh my god.
Why the fuck you want crack to be great again?
Skilla Baby, no. Oh my god, not
You don't
crack.
get to comment about crack then.
Oh man, tell me you ain't lived through the crack epidemic
That's what I'm about to say.
without telling me you ain't lived through the crack epidemic. I think they got a video. I'll see if I can play it, but I think
Our whole just crack great.
all right. Can y'all?
The drugs that be taking be making them depressed now.
Oh wait, y'all gonna get an echo. Give me 1 second, everybody. I just remembered you're gonna get an echo. All right, fix that. Okay, all right. Y'all can see this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. This is him on Instagram Live.
They need to make crack great again. You feel me? Old crackheads, they was more upbeat outside. Crackheads nowadays, they don't even go outside, play the game and just act dead. Me, them old crackheads, they build houses, jumping fences, beating people up. You feel me?
Oh, so it's like him doing his type 5. Okay, you know what? I apologize, Skilla Baby. I'm not this uptight.
He doing the set.
Yeah, I'm not this uptight. If you want to make crack jokes, I'm fine with crack jokes. I know a lot of people, it affected people. It's a real trauma. It's a real thing.
Okay, and I thought
So is most things, for the record.
yes,
And
somebody always gonna be punching the punchline.
yeah, and in our community, I think as the community that experienced the shit, it's okay to make a joke or two if it's just jokes. I thought he was being for real.
Me too. That's why I was like, child.
I'm sorry, Skilla Baby. Go back to your comedy sketch.
Why they off the crack though? These drugs that they taking, these acting like they dead. You feel me? Depressed, zombies. You feel me?
Might be a different type of crack.
Now I am mad that it's not a good comedy bit.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he need to work. He need to workshop this a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Need to like maybe get some friends to help punch it up. I don't feel like we really arrived. Like I think he went live with the one joke,
Yeah,
which is that basically the new drugs are more like downers, You know, there's a lot of promethazines, a lot of, you know, like heroin's back, oxycodone, like I forget the other one that the white people was doing and passing out. They need Narcan to wake up. That kind of stuff is like, I see what he's saying. He's like, old crack was like blank. You know, like he's doing a comic view vid.
That's what this,
you know, like, oh, you see this old crackhead? Now see an old crackhead. Like, who know about an old crackhead? Okay, cause see a old crackhead wash your car, clean your house, and take the TV. And you can go get the TV back for $4 out back. You know, like that's a old like idea of the sketch. But these new crackhead, I went by one of these new crackheads. He said, "Can I have some money? I just need some money for crack, baby." And I said, "Okay, well get out here and wash my car." And they said, "I need to take a nap first." See, the new crackhead, like I think that's what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, but it ain't coming off.
He
like
just
that.
ain't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this need to be, like you say, workshopped a little bit offline.
Rap is his first love. I think comedy might be a distant second. You know, he will not be opening up for us at the.
He will not
have to worry about this material.
Crack made America great. Some of the best people in my life are crackheads. You feel me? My best friends are crackheads. Make crack great again. You feel me?
Yeah, it's like he thought he had a bit, but it just happens. I write jokes. I do them on the show sometimes and they don't work. I'm like, that sounded better when I was high or what. You know.
I do too. And you're like, oh, I don't think that landed. And sometimes the shit be funny. I laugh at it myself. I don't give a damn.
Sure, Karen. But those of us that needed to be funny to other people to make sure that they got a check, you know.
I just said I got paid for my jokes.
No, I'm separating the both of us. That's what I'm saying. You did not.
So you think you better than me?
So I could not go by the "it was funny to me" metric that you keep using. You keep acting like you better than me because you like, oh, if it's funny to me, that's all that counts. And I'm like, cool, if you only in a situation where that's the only thing that counts. Quite too often, I was not in that situation.
Yes.
And if a room full of people was stone faced, that was bad.
Agreed.
So this is him needing a little more work. That's all.
That's true.
If he did this on the podcast, I would be like, okay. So you got 5 more minutes on crackheads that you hang out with are cool, and the other crackheads work hard or something. All right.
Yeah, they be giving him the light right about now.
Yeah. You wouldn't want to go after this guy.
No, you would not.
Or maybe you do. Maybe you want to bounce. I don't know.
Making pharmacy drugs. We need drugs that are made in the kitchen. Our whole generation was raised by crackheads.
Yeah, he been watching Comic View. That's all that is.
Mm-hmm.
But bless his heart. Bless his heart.
Yeah, bless your heart, baby.
But now we know who he is, and that's what matters. Okay. Wait till he gets to how white people drive a car versus how black people drive a car, because that's gonna kill. Okay.
That's gonna be flames.
I forgot his name already.
Child, you know I don't know. You don't depend on me.
I already forgot his name. I was gonna try to make a joke.
See, I don't even feel bad. That shit go in one ear out the other. You gonna ask me next week, and I'm gonna be say the same thing I said this time. Who?
I was Skilla Killer makes make crack great again.
My brain does not have the capacity to hold on to that information. My brain just rejected it. Like, nope. I got too many other important shit to sit on. I'm good.
Skilla Killer's greatest hits. You might be a crackhead if the antenna isn't on your car because the antenna is in the pawn shop. You might be a crackhead. Skilla Killer, come on. Oh, what was his name? I still can't find it.
Yeah. Don't depend on me.
Skilla Baby. That's what it was. I call it Skilla Killer. That's what it's Skilla Killer.
Killing them jokes.
That might be better. Skilla Killer might be better. He should switch. That should be his comedy. That should be his comedy name, Skilla Killer. And then every time he says a punchline, he should be like, Skilla Killer, Skilla Killer, Skilla Killer. Like, all right, let's do one more segment. Let's do some white people news, and then we'll get out of here. Make sure I get the thing right. There we go.
White people do get excited to the barbecue. White people for a little bit of freedom. Let's go to the heart. White people do.
All right, white people news. First up, Eminem's mother, Debbie Nelson, dead at 69. Rapper's mom passes following battle with lung cancer.
Wow. Did not know that.
Let me tell you something. I didn't know how to feel. Because Eminem, I felt sad because I said, oh, Eminem, mama died. But then I was like, nigga, your whole discography, you've been telling me she ain't shit.
You're right. And the different ways you would kill him.
Should I be happy?
I don't know.
Is he a suspect or is he mourning? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Did they make up? I stopped listening to new Eminem albums a while ago as far as just really getting into them. And so, I mean, maybe they cool, maybe they not. I have no idea. Mm-hmm. Is he sad?
Oh, I don't know.
Did he even post about it?
I have no idea.
You know, like I read the headline and me was like, oh,
yeah. I'm like you. I didn't know how to respond to it, particularly as somebody who grew up in the generation of Eminem. And you're like, okay, I don't even know how to feel.
At least 2 or 3 of his greatest hits are like "My Mama Ain't Shit" as the song.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I still remember. I'm sorry, Mama. I never meant to hurt you. Like he cleaning out my closet, I think was the name of it. It was like, ooh, and he be calling his mom bitch and stuff. Like, I mean, I guess all white people do, but in general, I mean, on the album, he was out here like, I mean, and within hip hop, you know, hip hop people, we love our moms. You know, we just hate all women.
There is a difference.
It's a little joke, guys, but it's true. That is true, hip hop. Anyway, Eminem, mama died, so sad to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Sad to hear it. Galaxy gas. The trend whipping up controversy on social media. Now, if you told me it was Galaxy gas, I would have guessed it was some type of weed. Because 2 Chainz, I'm smoking on that gas. Life could be a Cinemax movie. Bought my new book, bigger tits and a bigger ass. And I'm like, oh, gas, weed.
Mm-hmm. I could see that also being beer.
Galaxy gas being beer?
Mm-hmm.
Now, why would you see it being beer, Karen?
One of them off-brand, you know how they be having them wild names for the specialty breweries and shit like this, how they be making names up just to kind of get you to buy it.
And you think they would say Galaxy gas? This is interesting because beer gives you burps and gas, possibly.
That's why I say I would make that connection.
More of a crass connection. Like, we want people to think of getting gas when they drink our beer.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever sales.
Right. Hey, you could listen. I always thought Slit Smock Liquor Boy was rocket fuel. So who knows? Fighting cock, you can start a car with.
You probably with fighting cock.
Is nitrous oxide, also known as laughing gas or by the nickname Whippets, marketed in colorful cylinders as whipped cream chargers with flavors including mango smoothie and vanilla cupcake. These pressurized nitrous oxide products are intended to be sold for culinary use. Galaxy Gas is just one of many nitrous oxide brands, and on social media, the name has become a catch-all term for nitrous oxide products featured in hundreds of videos showing young people inhaling the gas to get high with potentially dangerous consequences.
Oh shit! Okay, I'm asking some stupid questions. I'm because I'm gonna be sure I understand. So when they say for culinary use, so you got like chefs and stuff that use this for desserts,
like whipped cream. You can use nitrous oxide in whipped cream. That's why they call Whippets.
Okay, I'm with you. Mm-hmm. Oh, so after they clear the can, they're talking about the air in the can.
I don't even know if they clear it. I heard it comes out first, but I don't know enough about these drugs to really be talking with any level of authority. These are white people drugs, Karen. Okay. This is a white people segment. I know about as much as you know.
Thank you, because I was confused. That's why I was like, you charging the cans? I'm like, what the fuck? I thought you was a one-time use.
Here's the other part. And just to save us all time, Sean specifically, I know I'm talking to you. I don't want to know.
and I'm okay with not knowing.
No, not because I'm old, because I'm black. I don't want to know.
I don't want.
It's not my business. So put your pen down. Don't write the scientific nitrous oxide explanation. Don't give me the history of the wiki.
I don't know where it was. Who created it? Don't know. Don't care.
This is not my fucking business.
It's not my lane.
White people want to snort nitrous oxide out of fucking Miracle Whip cans or whatever the fuck they do. More power to them.
Y'all know what? In 6 months, that's why the Cool Whip cans gonna be fucking locked up.
Karen, they've been doing it for years. It's not new.
Oh,
so people get dead whipped cream all the time. Where people are like, "Oh, my whipped cream, the air in it wouldn't work. Like it wouldn't push out the whipped cream from the can." It's because somebody in the store hit up the nitrous oxide out of it.
Oh shit!
Well, they get it. They get it in. Anyway, the doctor, Madeline Rennie, warned that even a single use of the gas could lead to significant health concerns or even prove fatal. There can be a range of symptoms from headache, lightheadedness, palpitations, passing out, and then in some cases, death. So good luck. In 2023, a college student died because they did some nitrous oxide. But a lot of people didn't die. The misuse of the gas has become so prevalent, musicians have talked about it. Rapper Lil Nar and singer SZA have spoken out against it. She tweeted a warning that it causes brain cells to die and is being mass marketed to black children. Oh my God, not the blacks getting in on this. Guys, this is not business. I hope it's not working. So yeah, there you guys go. That's what galaxy gas is. This is kind of white people news, but really it's kind of like fucking with black people. But Andrew Schultz has finally responded to Kendrick Lamar.
Okay, I know who that is. I know both of them are.
Yeah. And it was like clips I saw on Twitter, a few minutes long each one. But he basically was doing the like, Kendrick can't even take a joke. What about black people and their raps? That's what really disrespects black women. It's the what about black on black crime of it all. And but here's the thing. I expected this. Like, I'm not shocked at all Andrew Schultz said that. And guess what was happening on the screen when I watched it?
What?
Black man sitting 3 seats away.
Right.
Because that's what the niggas are there for.
Right. To justify
your window dressing.
Yes.
You're there to be so and if that's what people find entertaining, that's what they find entertaining. I understand that people can be entertained by different shit, but that's why those type of guys I make jokes about everybody, but a lot of times everybody is, it skews a certain way. Mm-hmm. The power dynamics go a certain way. Guys like that, they need to have those people in the room. That's why for years when Howard Stern was doing that very misogynistic shock jock shit, he had to have a black woman there. Mm-hmm. Like it needed to be Robin. Robin, I forget her last name. It needed to be Robin though for a reason. Not calling her a bad person, but the optics are the optics. People see certain shit and they go, no, what the fuck is this? Unless they see a black person laughing, then it's like, I guess I have permission to laugh. They think it's funny. So why is it not funny? But yeah, he did this whole thing about how, and he said, of course, Kendrick is just doing it for clout. What a time to be alive. Rappers got to talk about comedians for clout. You're welcome. How many views did I give them?
For clout? Nigga, he didn't need you.
And I mean, the truth of the matter is the kind of people that support and listen to him will let that excuse slide, or they'll be like, whatever, he didn't mean it, or he's just being funny, he's just making jokes or whatever. But it's obviously not true. Drake tried to say the same thing. It's about clout. Clout from a guy that spends zero time on the internet. Clout from a guy that's put out no content about this other than just his art. Right. If anything, it tells you a big difference between art and content. Because a lot of people, us included, we make content. We're talking about this, we're talking about that. We're making content. Our podcast content, video content.
Right.
to me, that's different than when you make a TV show like Game Theory. Now you're making art. It's not just content anymore. A lot of moving pieces, a lot of design, a lot of purpose.
Mm-hmm.
There's no freestyling. They're not just talking. Not that this can't be artistic what we're doing, but my point being, when content people see themselves on the same level as artists, shit can be lost.
Yes.
Andrew Schultz makes content.
Right. He's not a
Kendrick Lamar makes art. Art can be consumed like content.
Yes.
But it's art.
It's still art.
I promise you, the guy who has the top 10 hits on the chart right now, all of them, the guy who had the number one song like streaming ever, I'm pretty sure that guy's not looking at Andrew Schultz to get clicks.
That's why I was like, that statement made no sense.
No one's listening to a song because Andrew Schultz got dissed in it.
Right.
Like, I'm not saying people don't find that line fascinating, but it's not why they came and it's not where they're going to stay. Honestly, even if they were staying because, oh, look who we talk shit about. You ain't Drake. Your ego would have to be huge to even assume so. Now, maybe he's just completely joking and there's just no thing he can say to get himself out of this. So he just got to say something.
Yes, he has.
And it's got to be in front of a black guy because the black guy smiling makes it seem like what he's saying is okay to say.
Yeah.
Because I just can't even imagine that anyone genuinely would accept these excuses from him. But yeah, this is
I'm just saying, what a time to be alive where rappers got to talk about comedians for clout.
God bless, dude.
Like, we are up right now.
God bless.
The biggest story about the album, outside of the album and people enjoying it, was a sub at a comedian. Yeah. And you don't even got to say my name and it still makes headlines?
It's crazy.
You're welcome. You are. How many views did I give him, you think?
A good chunk.
A little chunk.
Yeah.
They stole our mustard.
Couple million bucks.
They stole our mustard.
Take the honey off.
We've been doing honey mustard for fucking years. Okay, they hop on that dick riding.
He be listening.
Yeah.
He be listening.
Of course he listens.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I thought. Like, but that's the thing. You can't expect him to take it serious.
Mm-mm.
The thing was, the part that keeps getting missed in this is the line's not really about Andrew Schultz. People took the line and ran with the Andrew Schultz part. If you listen to the line, he's only talking to the black men in that room. He's talking about shits and gigs, and he's talking about Charlemagne, and he's talking about that brother sitting on the couch. He like, why did y'all let him get away with it? That's what he asked. He didn't say, Andrew Schultz, you need to do something. He didn't even really say what Andrew Schultz did was something that he like wouldn't fuck with Andrew Schultz about. Like, it was like almost like to be expected. Of course, this man doesn't respect black women. Why is that cool with y'all though? Like, why are y'all sitting there on the couch? Why are y'all sitting there helping uplift this man in our community? And y'all won't just check him. Y'all won't just offer like that. Hey man, that's fucked up. What you doing? That ain't your lane. You don't mess with black women like that anyway. You're just imitating something.
Right.
You know, but I got people still mad at Sarah Silverman. People still mad at Aquafina. But somehow Andrew Schultz, he gets to move throughout, you know, because he got the right co-signers. Anyway, that's more of a fucking with black people, but I almost forgot to talk about that shit. Last white people news story, and this might be the whitest news that's ever whited.
Oh, shit.
Gunman at large after United Healthcare CEO fatally shot in brazen targeted attack. Tell me that's not the start of a John Grisham novel or some shit. Like, tell me.
Yes! We're going to find out it's a big-ass conspiracy.
Tell me that ain't like the opening scene of The Bourne Identity. Well, we just be like, wow, he shot that CEO of a United Healthcare. And then later it's like, oh, because he was actually not the CEO of United Healthcare. He was running a clandestine organization that turned people into spies.
We're going to find out something about that man.
They made covert black ops missions.
And then
killing world leaders around the globe. Oh, okay.
Like broad daylight too. They were like, you gonna get this
7 a.m.
Damn, right now in the morning.
Yeah, got his coffee and said, I'm finna catch a body. The gunman was masked in freezing temperatures, lying in wait. Like they said, they got all kinds of surveillance of him hanging outside the hotel, waiting on dude to come out.
Shit.
I saw something that was like, gunman still on the loose as tree lighting ceremony is about to start. What will the police do? And I said, I don't know, nothing. Guys, he got who he wanted to get.
Yeah.
I've seen this movie.
After that, it don't matter what y'all do for the rest of the day.
He's not a mass shooter.
He ain't coming back.
Okay? That man is
He said I had one target.
That man is on a plane in the motherfucking Willwell headed to Antigua.
That man and his name, we will never see that man again.
That dude has another passport.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I guarantee he shot him with a silencer.
You know, dude, that man just went down. Everybody was like, oh, what's that? Damn. What? How'd he get down?
Many people passed the suspect, but he appeared and waited for his intended target. I want to be clear at this time, every indication this is a premeditated, pre-planned, targeted attack. Which says a lot about America, by the way, that we have to be like, you sure it wasn't a mass shooting? No, he just wanted to shoot one person and he did it. Okay, that can't be right. How we know he not? Did he just run out of bullets? Like, no, he just wanted it. It's an old-fashioned, just, I want this guy. The gunman approached Thompson from behind and shot him at least once in the back and once in the right calf. Responding emergency workers took Thompson to Mount Sinai, where he was pronounced dead at 7:12 a.m. A motive for the shooting is unclear. Police haven't announced one, but a source with knowledge of the investigations told CNN that United Healthcare's parent company, United Health Group, UHG, was aware of concerning threats against high-level executives. The threats didn't mention Thompson's name. The source said Thompson's widow, Paulette, said there had been some threats against her husband. Now, this is going to be the greatest episode of Snapped of all time.
Right.
Where she done broke somebody off and said, we're going to make it look like it's corporate malfeasance and someone with an extra grind, but really, I need this insurance money. Or this motherfucker works for the Bourne Corporation. I don't know which one.
Something happened. He stole from the wrong person.
Yeah.
The wrong person got their claims denied, and they was like, you know what? I'm going all the way to the goddamn top.
I don't know. I think somebody knows he's harvesting human organs or some shit. This
something.
Basically, I don't know, lack of coverage. I don't know the details. I just know he said there's some people that have been threatening him. He said, where we are shattered to hear about the senseless killing of our beloved Brian. She told CNN Wednesday, Brian was incredibly loving, blah, blah, blah. The leadership team at United Health Group was supported by an in-house security team, including at the New York conference. A source familiar with the company's security said Thompson's security detail was not with them when the early morning shooting occurred.
This must have been somebody who was watching and knew. I don't be not trying to be fun like that. Was like, oh yeah, you walk out this time. I know you don't have nobody.
This man did not probably even know who. Like, he didn't even probably know the target until he got the manila folder with his face in it.
and his eye rectum, not eye rectum, but an eye scan that popped up.
Yeah.
And they was like, you got 10 minutes to kill him. If you don't, I'm gonna blow this up in your eye.
Right. Amazing. Anyway, rest in peace to this man, but also y'all ain't gonna catch this guy. Okay, this man is long gone. Okay, he's on a beach right now. He killed 3 secret agents with a book and a pen lighter, and he is somewhere.
He done changed his facial recognition, his fingerprints. Y'all ain't gonna find nothing.
This man is somewhere in a hut on a fucking island, living off the land, off the grid, like the beginning of Triple X2.
Yeah, y'all ain't never gonna find that person.
So that's terrible, but also
somebody said he disappeared in Central Park. Yes, never to be seen from again. Central Park, big as shit. I can see that.
What's crazy is the police tracked him, and he was standing across the street. Then a bus passed, and he was gone.
He was gone, dog.
He was gone.
We don't know if he went into the sewer. We didn't see him on the side of the bus. We don't know. That nigga disappeared. He hit a cloaking device on his forehead and was just like gone.
He grabbed, he had a change of clothes in the alley, walked in with that mask, walked out with an NYPD hat on, New York Fire Department t-shirt, walked right by every cop on the beat.
Got on the subway, was never seen from again.
Right. Be on the lookout, white male, suspect is just tall as this man that walked in front of me that can't possibly be him. Because why would he be having an umbrella covering his face like that? Suspect appears to be alone. Oh, wait, nope. He's making out with a woman in the alley. Can't be our suspect.
cannot be. Suspect is a white male, but I think he may have turned black. My eyes are tripping. I'm sorry.
They should put a movie. They should put that scene in a movie, like how they always have spies where it's a man and a woman, and then the bad guys are looking for him, and then to not blow their cover, they kiss, and then the bad guys be like, "Oh, they're just making out." Two lovebirds. They should do that one day, where the bad guys are looking for a dude, and then everyone on the street is just walking by, and then two people start making out, and they just go arrest both of them. Like, it's these motherfuckers for sure. I mean, who the fuck else is making out hardcore heavy petting in a church? Come on, guys, come to jail. What are you doing?
We gotta arrest you.
All right, what are you doing? You think I'm fucking born yesterday? You think I never seen a movie? It's always the people making out. No one else even really. People don't even touch each other anymore. They read. If you wanted to scare us, y'all should have both been on your phones. Would have never guessed y'all were a real couple.
Y'all.
I knew it was y'all because you made eye contact. People don't do that shit anymore.
They sure don't. Y'all looked at each other.
You fucking weirdos.
Right. Y'all was having a conversation. You know people don't talk no more.
All right. Replica Harry Potter swords broke Japan weapon laws. Replicas of a sword featured in Harry Potter film franchise have been recalled in Japan for violating the country's strict weapon laws. The full-size replicas of Godric Gryffindor's sword, which measures 34 inches and are affixed to a wooden display plaque, were sold by Warner Brothers Studio Japan in May 2023 to late April of this year, but it was only in November when authorities told the company that those pieces were sharp enough to be categorized as the actual sword.
Shit.
I appreciate their diligence, but damn, y'all kind of late on this. Like, y'all let it be
somebody
sold for a
cut
year
or something. They was like, oh, nope.
So probably. The sword was sold at Warner Brothers Studio Tour Tokyo, making of Harry Potter, which opens in 2023 in Tokyo. It is billed as the first such studio tour in Asia and the largest indoor Harry Potter attraction in the world. Well, that's over. Asia ain't never letting everybody back now. Japan, like, fuck y'all then. People could have got hurt. We let one motherfucker in the house. Y'all brought swords in here.
Right.
Which, y'all know last time we did this, y'all brought gunpowder.
Right. Get out of here.
So yeah, carrying knives over 2 inches is banned. Violators facing up to 2 years in prison in Japan.
Woo!
They take it serious over there. I appreciate y'all.
Like, if it ain't for the kitchen, what is you doing?
Japan has very low levels of violence, though crimes involving weapons do occasionally take place. So I appreciate them being on top of it. And I'm mostly offended because Harry Potter didn't even have hands like that. Whole fucking trilogy just whimsical as fuck. Just no need to, like,
spells and shit.
Harry ain't doing no. Harry out there casting those motherfucking Patronum spells and shit. He ain't never looked like he could fight the fair one.
Of course not.
What the fuck do you need a sword for in his world?
That is a great question.
It's just egregious to even have it in there in the first place.
Y'all, I mean, if you'd have said one, that'd have been more understanding.
Yeah. I'm very, very upset with Harry Potter enough for that. All right, y'all. That's it. Thanks for listening. Don't forget the Black Friday sale ends Friday. And yeah, until next time, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye.